Now on Coast TV News.
Trees still down.
This is as bad as I've seen.
Cities and towns still clearing the brush on Delmarva.
Taxi trouble.
We were starting to see some issues with our taxi drivers.
Ocean City looking at new regulations for your ride around town.
Right now, we are watching snow showers continue to manifest across the Delmarva Peninsula, but will it last all night long?
This is Coast TV News at 6.
Crews cleaning up trees in Rehoboth Beach. Good evening. I'm Madeline Overturf.
And I'm Charlie Sakaitis. Welcome to our News at 6. Our top story tonight, roads and yards still full of debris from last week's blizzard.
Crews in Rehoboth Beach and the neighborhoods there, well, they were still helping them clean up today with massive trees still spread across yards 1 week after the storm. Coast TV News reporter Brandon Ferguson is live in Rehoboth Beach. Brandon, the city is taking care of trees that are right on curbs or sidewalks.
Maddie, just take a look at this corner we are on right now. Absolutely covered in trees and limbs. And if we take a look over here, a bigger tree even uprooted. And the city of Rehoboth Beach is only taking care of trees and limbs on public property, so not on private property like right here. And when it comes to some of the bigger trees that are uprooted, they must be cut down into sections smaller than 4 feet for the city to take care of it. Construction equipment picking up and moving piles of tree limbs. Trucks full of debris leaving the city.
This is as bad as I've seen.
Front yards in Rehoboth Beach unrecognizable with trees on their sides. Colleen Farmer lives in Rehoboth Beach and says this is the most downed trees she has ever seen.
Some tree damage, yes, and that's probably true throughout the area, as you know. You've been driving around. So I think that's fairly common.
The city says as cleanup continues, they will only pick up debris that is on the right-of-way on a public road, for example, not what's on private property like this. And when it comes to massive debris like this, it must be cut up into 4 feet sections or less, or it will not be picked up. Rick Winston says he is one of the few who did not lose power or have any trees down in his yard.
We'll recover from this situation. For some, it has been really bad. The various people who take care of cleaning up the trees are doing a pretty good job of it.
Rehoboth Beach says cleaning all of this mess up will last weeks. It's important to note, again, all of these trees and limbs are on private property and the city will not take care of those. But if you do bring it to the road or curb, then the city will take care of it. Live in Rehoboth Beach, Brandon Ferguson, Coast TV News.
Let's take a look at the Cape Henlopen State Park, where trees and limbs were broken and battered near the playground, and more trees were down near the entrance, also near the McBride bathhouse. Kind of almost unrecognizable, although trails had limbs pushed to the side. It didn't stop everybody from enjoying the beautiful park.
I would say it's the worst I've seen it. There are plenty of trees down. It's not affecting play here on the disc golf course. I'm sure it'll be cleaned up, whenever they can get around to it.
Remember, if you are going in the state park, fee season is now in effect.
And this brings us to our Coast TV poll. We want to know, what lingering impacts from the blizzard concern you?
Let's take a look at the updated results. 81% say falling limbs, 17% say the trees that are still down, and 2% say melting snow floods.
If you haven't voted yet, if you want to leave a comment, go to coasttv.com or use our mobile app, and we'll show you updated results tonight on Coast TV News at 11.
Let's go ahead and take a live look outside into Rehoboth Beach. Just a little bit of snow on the dunes left. Our First Alert Chief Meteorologist Paul Williams joins us now with a look at our forecast. Good evening, Paul.
Right now in Ocean View, we're holding at 34 degrees. Now, we are expecting for there to be at least a couple of snow flurries to continue till about, let's say, 9 o'clock, when it's going to change over from snow to rain. And that's going to be a pretty smooth changeover. Here's a look at the cloud cover and the snow that's pushing across right now, moving more directly from the west to the east right now. And we see the rain creeping up from the south to the north steadily. Now, we're not expecting much in accumulation. It's going to stick around for about an hour or two more, maybe up to about 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at the latest, but then it should change all over to rain after that. And we're not going to have the temperatures dropping below freezing dramatically for an extended period of time, but we are lower. We're 18 degrees cooler now in Cambridge damage than we were just 24 hours ago. So we're cool enough to sustain the appearance of the snow, but it's sticking around. No, that's not going to happen, especially after I tell you what we're expecting throughout the rest of the work week.
Ocean City Police want to change current regulations for taxi drivers in Ocean City. Ocean City Police recommend that all taxi applicants have clearer medical fitness standards, a requirement to provide proof of legal authorization to work in the U.S., and more specific guidelines regarding drug testing policies. Coast TV News reporter Kevin Zapay is live in Ocean City. Kevin, the town wants to clarify rules regarding medically prescribed marijuana.
According to the Ocean City Police Department, some applicants that were denied for their taxi license last year submitted an appeal saying that the marijuana that was found in their system during the drug test was actually medically prescribed by their doctor, and that marijuana is now legal in the state of Maryland. That's what led to new phrasing proposed in the Ocean City rulebook. Waving down a taxi, that's one way people get home in Ocean City after a big event. And John Tracy is no different.
I take taxi, Uber, Lyft, all of those.
But this summer, the Ocean City Police Department plans to clarify regulations for taxi drivers applying or renewing their licenses.
We want to make sure that we are providing our residents and visitors with a safe mode of transportation here in town.
The proposed changes include clearer medical fitness standards, a requirement to show proof of legal authorization to work in the U.S., and more specific guidelines for drug testing. We spoke with one local taxi driver in Ocean City who told Coast TV that obtaining the license is already strict enough, saying they have to renew their license every year as well as undergoing a drug test. But drug testing has become a point of concern.
We were starting to see some issues with our taxi drivers when it came to drug testing results and things like that.
Some applicants have appealed positive results, arguing their medical marijuana is doctor prescribed and legal in Maryland. That led to a new proposed language in the rulebook, stating that even if marijuana is prescribed, a positive test could still result in a license denial, something Ken Walters agrees with.
You don't know if they're going to be using it while they're driving. Even though they have a permit, they might think, well, I got a permit, I can use this or do this anytime I want. And I think it's putting innocent people, in danger.
These Ocean City regulations only applies to local taxis, not Uber or Lyft. Now, the Ocean City Council is currently discussing this with their second and final reading for these new rules tonight. And if it is approved tonight, it'll then go into effect immediately. I'm Kevin Zapay, live in Ocean City, Coast TV News.
Faster response times are in the future of people in Long Neck, according to the Indian River Volunteer Fire Company. The fire company is close to completing a multi-million-dollar construction project that is set to bring more space for equipment and bunk rooms. Coast TV spoke with members of the Volunteer Fire Company who say the extra space has a lot of perks.
This expansion project for Indian River Fire Company is to convert our existing fire station from a 2-bay facility into a 4-bay multi-purpose facility, which will give us the ability to house larger apparatus, more efficient apparatus to respond to the area.
Miller says it will be at least another month before construction is finished. Delaware families and caregivers at Legislative Hall in Dover today asking lawmakers to boost Medicaid funding for in-home nurses. Members of the Delaware Joint Finance Committee heard from home care advocates during a budget hearing. Supporters are warning that without more funding, families could face staffing shortages, fewer services, and risk of loved ones moving into nursing homes or hospitals. We spoke to a Georgetown woman who relies on in-home nursing for her child. She says nurses are due for a pay increase.
I would like for them to listen with an open mind and actually truly hear us. Nurses haven't gotten an increase in wages in a long time, and it's time that they deserve it, as well as for our children. When we support our nurses and give them, the financial supports and the medical supports and all the things that they deserve at their job, our children benefit that too.
Another issue that came up today, high turnover rates for home care nurses. We're told some nurses are leaving for higher paying hospital jobs.
Food trucks and parking spots. Milton Town Council taking a look at an event permit application that would open the door for food trucks to fill 2 spots Thursday nights during the summer concert series. That's from May 21st to September 17th. The Milton Theater says the Good Eats adds something special to the event.
It's something that the town super enjoys, not only having the music, but having that kind of fair here to enjoy while they see the concert. Something that people enjoyed last year that we'd love to give to them again.
And this isn't a new idea. Milton has done this in previous years, but it does need a vote each year for permitting purposes. Milton Council will revisit the application and possibly vote tonight at 6:30. And we're just getting started this evening.
State park closure, the biggest issues plaguing this park in Pocomoke.
And we have snow showers right now, but we won't have that situation later because temperatures are going to start feeling more spring-like around here.
But first, chimneys used more as it gets colder. 2 hidden dangers the heat sources possess when we're back in just 60 seconds.
This is Coast TV News at 6.
The cold winter months bring a higher risk of chimney fires, and that can come with even the loss of a home.
First Alert meteorologist Bob Trihey spoke with the Milton Fire Department about their experiences.
It's been an unusually cold winter for Delmarva, and that means folks with fireplaces are more inclined to use them, and the risk for chimney fires goes up. It is that type of situation that the Milton Fire Department recently responded to.
The homeowner called in and reported that there was fire coming out of the top of their chimney. When we got there, it seemed to have put itself out, but you could see where they had a fire burning.
Conley says you still need to deal with the root of the problem.
Just because we put the fire out doesn't mean that it's not going to happen again. So 100%, if we have to come out there and put a chimney fire out, we're going to recommend that you have it cleaned.
And to watch are the ones with angles.
Most problematic area is if you have a metal flue and it actually makes a turn. So anytime smoke has to turn, those particles are going to get stuck. So that's the most difficult type of chimney to clean as well, is some stuff with a bend in it.
To reduce chimney fires, he says there are definite no-nos.
Anything that's going to have a high smoke load, so it can be from wet wood to papers, plastics, nothing we should burn like that. So really, the recommendation is to use hardwood, and that will produce the least amount of smoke coming up the chimney.
If you're unsure of the condition of your fireplace and chimney, it's best to call a professional to get an expert opinion. For Coast TV, I'm meteorologist Bob Trihey.
Up next, meteorologist Paul Williams in our Weather Center with your full forecast.
Okay, sure, we have snow for right now, and it's going to stick around for the next, let's say, 2 more hours or so at the latest. But then after that, we start getting a spring-like feel in the air that's going to stick around for a little while, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. In Lewis, courtesy of our tunnel and razor camera, we're at 33 degrees. And we're expecting for what snow we have, and we're talking about just flurries to light snow for the most part, should come to an end right around 8:30, 9 o'clock at the very latest. We'll dip to 33, and then we'll go back up again with the temperatures. Here's a look at that snow for right now, and it's dissipating even as we speak, particularly in and around the Milford areas begin to break up. We still have staying a bit thick near Lowes Crossroad as well as Frankfort and Ocean View, Georgetown. But as you widen the scope here, you can see how that area of snow is beginning to shrink with that zonal flow that's coming directly from the west towards the east. And where you see the darker gray, actually that's likely the area where we're not seeing the snow quite reach the ground, although it's snowing aloft. We are 18 degrees cooler now in Cambridge than we were just 24 hours ago, so we have a bit of cooling that's happening, but that's going to be very short-lived. It's 38 for the overnight low in Lewis as well as Rehoboth and Long Neck, 37 for the overnight low in Milton, Georgetown, and in Seaford as well as Delmar. Along the coast, temperatures will be in the 40s. Now, that's not quite the norm for this time of the year, but it's close. So we're edging and inching back up to where we should be for this time of the year, especially with the winds coming out of the east. Now, that easterly wind, that means we're going to bring in more moisture coming off the water because that's an onshore flow. That's going to be a beautiful thing. You see how these arrows are coming from the right side of your screen? That's that flow of that moisture that's going to feed into that chance of rain for Tuesday morning. And then we'll see a shift out of the southwest for Tuesday afternoon. Still widespread, scattered light to moderate showers in Georgetown with temperatures in the 50s. Since we're going to be well above freezing, won't be much of an issue with a lot of moisture. It's going to just feel a little warmer as a result of the higher temperatures and the abundance of moisture that will be hovering in the atmosphere, generally speaking. Now, for the next 5 days in a row, we're going to have at least a passing chance of a shower. Now, I want you to think of these showers as afternoon or spring-like quick showers, okay? Because that's kind of the pattern that we're talking about, even with Chincoteague up to Assateague. Now, we're going to have some dense fog in Assateague on Wednesday. Keep that in mind. If you're in Ocean City, we're going to have widespread scattered showers really kick in on Thursday, there for you, although we'll have chance of rain other times too. But for Lewis, we're looking for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Taste of spring kicks in with temperatures jumping 15 to 25 degrees above the norm from Thursday, Friday, Saturday, going into Sunday. That's when it really kicks in. See, because that rain's going to pull out of the way, but we have more rain after that. This is going to be passing showers in and out, in and out. Here's a look at your 7-day forecast. Now, what you'll notice on that Saturday and Sunday, we're going to spring forward with the time and the temperatures.
Paul, thank you. Pocomoke River State Park is still closed after blizzard damage. Park staff say when they returned, roads were blocked by downed trees, so they had to cut their way in. The storm had also taken out the park's entire power grid.
The Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
What's going on, sports fans? The postseason is in full swing on Delmarva, and Sussex Academy had success in the DIAA Girls Swimming Championships. The Seahawks finished 6th place in the state. The 200 team took home 3rd place. Anna Mumford won the 500 freestyle and took 2nd in the 200 freestyle. Mumford is now a 4-time state champion. Gretchen McGaughan took home 2nd place in the 100 breaststroke. Congratulations to Sussex Academy on a great showing at the DIAA Swim Championship. And it's playoff time in the Free State plus the First State for boys and girls basketball tonight. Parkside and Easton do battle in Salisbury in round 1. Easton got a 17-point win over Ken Island. Parkside had a first-round bye as they await the Warriors. In girls basketball, we've got a Henlopen battle in round 1 of the DIAA playoffs. Sussex Tech takes on Caesar Rodney. In addition, Polytech will travel to Tatnall tonight. Highlights on the final score at 10:30 p.m. only on the Delmarva Sports Network. That'll for sports. Have a great night, everybody.
Soaring Over the Shore is sponsored by Morse Roofing and Siding.
Weeks ago, this was the Lewis Rehoboth Canal. Boats frozen in ice. Ice flows surround fishing boats as the current flows by. The banks of downtown Lewis having a front row seat to a winter like no other.
Some happy news. The Brandywine Valley SPCA says nearly 30 dogs at its Georgetown campuses found fosters.
Hey.
And 2 were adopted, including Cowgirl. You see her there. Now, all these dogs were in need of homes after the Georgetown campuses were damaged by last week's blizzard. Trees even fell on fencing there. So a nice, happy ending there, Paul.
Yeah, that's great.
Love it.
All right. Hip, hip, hooray for the folks working that. Appreciate that. In Cambridge, we're at 30 degrees, and we're going to stay in the low 30s with the snow coming to an end. What little snow there is. It's not like it's causing big problems, but it is on the radar, and we're picking it up. Ocean Pines, Ocean View, Dagsboro area. Our umbrella giveaway winner is Margaret Porter of Lewis. Congratulations, courtesy of Paul Davis Property Restoration Experts. Keep up with your forecast by calling our weather line. Your forecast is just a call away, sponsored by the law offices of Bruckstead, Mandalis, and Federico. And finally, here's a look at your gorgeous, and I do mean gorgeous with a capital gorgeous, 10-day forecast. Because look at that, 69, 69, 73, 7. Yeah, it's good weather, particularly after we get through this weekend of spring and forward.
Seeing the 70 on there.
That's great.
Love it. Thank you, Paul, and thanks for joining us here for Coast TV News at 6.
For more news, more of that great local weather, download our Coast TV News app.
The NBC Nightly News is up next.
And we'll see you later tonight for Coast TV News at 11. Have a great evening.